did you know that a lot of men are in a rush to have babies too? According to a team of scientists, here we go again, from America's University of California, you know they ain't test no black people on this. Men have biological clocks too. They claim the difference is that while women's biological clocks start ticking faster at a certain age, men's clocks move more gradually over time. So, Dr. Drew, is it true that men have biological clocks?
We do, but we're much more focused on where we are in our life before we're ready to have babies and marriages and things.
Wait, repeat that?
We're more preoccupied with where we are in our life than who we are with.
What you've accomplished. Are you
not kidding.
financially stable?
Are you serious?
Which is why you hear more stories about the man wanting to wait before he asks to marry or holds on to the ring or all that. It's true.
Who are you hanging around?
No, they do say that it's about timing for guys. Even with who they marry, it's not to say that somebody else wasn't a great girlfriend and that's why they didn't get asked to be the person's wife. The timing, he just ended up being in a different part of his life, and that woman was around, and that's who he ends up marrying. They do say that.
Oh, Lonnie.
I have a question then.
Yeah.
When do you think men, generally, what age are they ready?
Never. But listen, I literally, my daughter reminded me, listen, over the last weekend, my daughter reminded me that I told her that men should be locked up until they're 28. And she goes, you're right. They should be locked up until they're 28.
Yes.
Because our frontal lobes aren't working right. The prefrontal cortex isn't fully formed.
What is medical
What
fact?
is it?
Yes, it's just the nature of our biology. And I think back to my youth, and
I know something at 28 that's working, though.
oh, that all works. But it doesn't have a brain attached to it.
Right,
That's
it's not thinking future and biological clock.
Consequences and executive function, all that stuff comes really into gear about age 28 or so for me.
Yeah.
Really?
So really, you shouldn't get married, are you saying, until after 28?
Well, I'm not really saying that. And some men are different, right? But most of us will agree that we didn't really fully... I mean, if you do 25, 26, you're starting to come into it a little bit. And some guys are more mature, right?
Yeah.
Adrian, you're like really interested in this. Like,
yes, because I think I always think it's great to listen to you because you're coming from a medical perspective. Yeah. And I had no idea. I've always heard that men mature a lot slower than women. I never got the fact that they actually don't develop their who and what.
Prefrontal cortex, the part that's able to sort of make decisions and have executive functioning and be mature. All the things we associate with maturity. Contain impulses.
It's all making sense.
So they're under the influence of this hormone that turns them into animals. Most of their young adult life.
We're going to say not all men.
Not all men. I'm not saying all men. I'm saying...
This is just the scientific part of it.
I'm speaking hyperbolically a bit. I'm speaking that some guys are this way, a lot of guys are this way, and it's something that they would acknowledge.
With all the medical aside, I truly do believe, though, that there are men out there. You guys know I believe in love, and I think that there is a certain... age that you get to, or a certain relationship, or a certain woman that you meet that makes you want things you didn't want before.
And of course that happens. Of course it does. We're in sweeping generality. We're talking about
No, I'm saying for the biological clock, as we're tokening it, the biological clock I think happens for different people at different times. I think there definitely is. Look at someone like a George Clooney, who went his entire life, he didn't have children. He met his wife. And suddenly, the man wanted... I think that there's a certain quality in a certain kind of woman that can bring that out of you.
And Adrian, you know what we think in terms of as men is being the head of a family.
Yes.
It's not so much I want kids. It's I want to be the head of a family, and I'm ready to do that now. It's a different than I want to have kids, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, also, Alec Baldwin, he's 60. He has a 23-year-old. He has 4 small children, a 5-year-old, a 3, a 2, and a 7-month-old. So he is not slowing down. He is getting
No,
it on.
really, though. And that's like the time when they really will be like, now that I'm older, I can settle down and be the father that I always wanted to be as well.
Yeah.